Greetings, people. Peace and blessing, the power. Well, I got a good one for you. I've been knowing about this since it happened. So we're going to break the news. We have a Georgia judge, a Brunswick Judicial Circuit judge, Superior Court judge, let me read the report. The Superior Court Judge Bert Jr., 48-year-old Superior Court Judge, and an attorney, of course, because he's a Superior Court Judge, at the strip club called Wacko's Gentleman Club, Strip Club. So the judge now getting his freak on and drink on at the same time, but got a little bit too much of his drink on and could not avoid a parked car. Now, my question is this. How many times he done had a DUI? Or how to do that search? Because normally, you just don't get a DUI one time, especially as public officials. And this goes back to what I said, there's no accountability for public officials. Now, let's just say for instance, if Judge Bert, his name Robert Bert Guy, sorry. But if Judge Guy was allowed, would have been able to make it in the highway, do y'all realize what could have happened? If he couldn't drive straight in a parking lot, what you think would have happened if he was able to get on the highway and the roadways in Jacksonville? He could have hurt somebody extremely bad, or killed them, or worse, killed them. And those people alternately could be one of your family members. So, I haven't looked up the Florida law on DUI yet, but I'm sure his license should have been taken. But I could not be wrong. I could be wrong. Florida laws couldn't differ. I hadn't had a chance to look it up. But people, if we have no accountability at a lower level or a higher level, then there can be never an effective change. This is a Brunswick Judicial Circuit judge and an attorney registered with the state bar. So my question is this. Since the Georgia Judicial Qualification Commission is full of it, and they don't routinely hold judges accountable for their actions and allow judges to get away with stuff like this because they didn't find they violated any law or judicial message or judicial conduct, which is full of it. I found out after filing so many complaints, lawful legal complaints, with actual proof that it happened, they don't routinely find a judge guilty, even when the judge is guilty. So, now, Judicial Qualification Commission for the state of Georgia, the Georgia State Bar, I'm calling y'all out. It's time for show and tell. Are you really about justice? Or are you really about just yourself and protecting those in your circle? This man, a judge, a public official in Georgia out of the Brunswick Judicial Circuit, was out getting his freak on. And I wonder if he's married. And how much tips he gave out. Look like I need to send somebody down there to do an interview with some of the girls in a gentleman's club. Because gentleman club, it's Wacko's gentleman club. So if he was getting his freak on and drink on at the same time, then that is a mix made for destruction. Because he backed into a truck about 2 a.m. leaving the strip club where he's getting his freak on and drink on. But I wonder, does the judge actually know that DUI, driving under the influence, is illegal? Oh, no, but he's a Superior Court judge. That doesn't apply to him, does it? I wonder if they're going to prosecute him. Because Florida law is strict. And let me see if I can find it real quick. I hadn't looked it up in detail, but I will. They say DUIs in Florida are not dismissed due to statute of limitations. Well, we'll see on that. But again, people, anybody got any pictures of that night or videos of that scene, please inbox them to me. Please, if you got any pictures of this judge in the accident, videos or pictures that happened last Tuesday, which was I'm looking, y'all. Hold on. Well, last Tuesday was the 7th. The 7th of October at the Wacko Gentleman Club. If anyone there was that night that has videos of the judge being drunk, or if the owners of the club got any inside videos of the judge being drunk, and the things that he was doing, and I'm sure they probably don't because they got to protect their girls, that's working there. So, but if anybody got any videos of the judge or pictures of the judge in the car, in the accident, please inbox me your information and give me a call. Because we must work on making sure this judge is removed from the bench, and even worse, even better, that his bar license is taken. Because this, from a public official, should be no excuse. Their punishment should be greater than anyone else because they know better. They took an oath of office to uphold the laws, rules, regulations, and procedures without a doubt. So not only should he be charged with DUI, he should be charged with violation of his oath of office. And I am going to file a complaint with the Judicial Qualification Mission, send them the police report, send them the news articles, and demand that they remove him from office, and demand that the court system arrest him for violation of his oath of office. This cannot be tolerated. We got judges, God. Judges! And he probably was married. So I wonder how his wife feel. Now her husband was out there with them young black girls and white girls getting his freak on. freak on and drink on. The judges are going, listen, the public officials are going off the chain, girl. Woo! But they are going off the chain, off the grain, people. Public officials out at the strip club, wilding out, getting their freak and drink on. And they all claim to be some form of Christian. And they all getting their freak on in the name of Jesus. The white Jesus, of course, the wrong Jesus, not the black Jesus, the right Jesus. But the wrong Jesus, the blue-eyed devil Jesus. Because that's the one they believe in. But I didn't say that. But again, y'all, Brunswick Judicial Circuit Judge Robert Bert Guy Jr., 48 years old, was arrested for DUI after he was leaving the club at 2 a.m. and he backed into a truck in the parking lot. Security, after the incident, got him out of the car, took him inside, let him sit down, and Judge Bert allegedly offered them to take his keys to his car and his phone to keep him from driving. Too late. You did that after you got caught. So I guess your high came down low when you realized what you did. So that means you knew what you were doing and you proceeded to do it anyway. And you were in your right mind to decide to go try to drive. And fortunately, you hit somebody in the parking lot, a vehicle, and not on the highway when you was driving that actually took someone's life. But you sobered up real quick when they took you back into the club and waited on the police. You offered your phone and keys. Should have did that the first time before you got in there where you thought you could drink. So you got caught. You sobered up. And I assure you, I'm pretty sure if anybody got any videos of this, I am almost pretty sure you threw it out there. Oh, I'm a judge. We got to keep this quiet. Shh. But if we don't push it, people, they will swipe this under the table and they will allow this fool to leave. And they will allow this charge to go under the table unpunished. But we ain't going to let it go. Because I'm filing a complaint with the judicial qualification and the state bar. And I'm going to ask them, what are you waiting on? I'm going to send a letter to the court system. Why haven't you arrested him for violation of his oath of office? For immediate dismissal of his bar license and immediate dismissal from office. So let me ask you, I'm going to pull his history. So Judge, I keep forgetting his name. So Judge Guy, I wonder, how many DUI cases have you dealt with on a personal level? How many you found guilty? Wouldn't that be the pot calling the kettle black? People, we got to get it out. Listen, anybody got videos, pictures of that incident from the club or from the parking lot? Hit us up on the hit me up on my inbox so we can watch the judge see if he getting his freak on and his drink on at the same time. It isn't he sobered up when he hit the car on the outside. He sobered up because he wasn't that drunk. Or that when that sudden stop when he hit somebody, it brought him back to life. Brought him back to, oh, I done messed up. But I'm a judge. My buddies are going to look out for me. The good old boy system that I took an oath to uphold and swear to, oh, they are surely going to protect me. And he probably right. But that's why we must push. We must not give up. Well, I ain't. To see him prosecuted to the fullest of the law. because he know better. Ignorance of the law excuses no one. What that means, if you didn't know, then you should have known. But if you did know, then you should have known better. Judge Guy, what's up, my alcoholic friend? My alcoholic friend. I wonder what your wife, and I'm sure you're probably married. You might not be, I don't know yet, but I'll find out. If you're married with kids, what kind of example are you displaying before your children? Oh, I know what. Oh, as long as you're a judge or a public official, you can drink. It'll be all right. You can drive. It'll be all right. You can kill somebody by vehicle homicide, and it'll be all right. Great example, Judge Guy. Honorable Judge Guy, because there's no honor in you at all. What you should do is issue an order or issue a warrant for your own arrest for violation of your oath of office. If you want to impress us, then issue an arrest warrant for yourself for violation of oath of office. If you're really about justice and not just you. Peace. We'll see you soon.